Maybe you can give, but little brief you can give for previous slides very fast.
Okay. So,
Recording, right?
yes. JBoss is an application server. So, in the market, we have many application servers. JBoss also one of the market leading company. So JBoss also introduced one application server, that is JBoss application server. Earlier it is JBoss application server. Now it is Red Hat JBoss application server. JBoss initially it started with one guy, US guy. That guy Mark Fluency. That guy started this small project 1999. After that, he formed a group, that is JBoss group, in 2001, and 2004 he built a corporation itself. So after that, so many enhancements happened through C corporation, because the copyrights, trademarks, everything with JBoss only, but some share has given to C corporation also. So 2006, it's formed fully JBoss application server. It's more compared to Tomcat also, it is it will support the high business logic will maintain in JBoss compared to Tomcat also. Like that way they built in 2006. That time many companies sought out to buy this JBoss application server, and mainly Oracle, one of the leading database organization company, that is sought out to this JBoss, but unknowingly some reasons they're dropped because of Red Hat came and they bid 420. They bid for Oracle bid for $400 million, but Red Hat bid for $420 million. Then finally gone to Red Hat. 2008, because they are Oracle already lost JBoss. Then 2008 they bought BES Systems, one of the market leading application servers, WebLogic and IBM's WebSphere is there. So that time they bought BES WebLogic, 2008. So like that way, it happened a little about JBoss. This was happened, and now we have seen many versions in JBoss also. Many enhancements happen. Now it is completely full-fledged application server like Oracle's WebLogic and IBM's WebSphere. Now we can any kind of application we can support, we can deploy, and we can organize. This is for developers. It will be like inside JBoss we have developer studio also is there for developers, and Maven also is there for build the application, and we can support the application for deploying, installing application JBoss. And it is big. It will give this we can integrate with any kind of database also. So it will support to any whatever we have available in the market. It will support to all the databases. This is briefly about JBoss. If you go inside the JBoss, today's roadmap introduction and community version. What is the community? What is enterprise? And what is EAP? What is new in EAP? And inside EAP, what are the directory structure? What are the servers we have? So what kind of structure we have inside standalone versus domain, and host versus server, JBoss installation, JBoss directory structure, and how to stop and how to start the servers in standalone mode, and how to start and stop the servers in domain mode. Community versus enterprise. What is community? What is enterprise? Community means community software and enterprise software is almost same. Not almost. First software built in, they will build software in community version, and they will test the software in community version, and they will send the software to enterprise version. Once it is passed all the tests in dev environment and testing environment, then they will pass to enterprise version. So community, if you buy the, not buy, if you, these community version and enterprise both are open source. No need to buy anything. License free softwares you can download, but community version you can download, enterprise version we cannot download. So for development and testing environment, we can download directly from the Red Hat site, access.redhat.com. There we can download and we can test the software. We can start using through community versions. So enterprise, coming to enterprise, we need to get the access from first Red Hat site, then we will download. And for support, we need to pay the money. Support we need to get first if you want to use in production. So next version, JBoss AS2, AS3, AS4, AS5 we have. So AS4 and AS5, AS4 after AS4 it is come to EAP4, AS5 to EAP5, and JBoss AS6 to AS6, AS7. After testing these two versions, then EAP6, Wi-Fi 8, 9, 10. After that EAP7. So this is at versions, AS versions we have from 3 to so far we have Wi-Fi 8, 7, 8, 9, and JBoss AS version to JBoss EAP. So what is EAP? Enterprise Application Server. And we have EAP, they included two profiles, web profile and full profile and web profile. Full profile means complete Java technology it will support. Web profile means web services, all web technologies will support. What's new in EAP? First, this one cloud ready architecture and world-class developer productivity. So cloud ready architecture means it will support for all the environments, whatever we have. So for private cloud, public cloud, physical environment, virtual environment, it will support all the environments, whatever we have so far. So world-class developer productivity means it will support and throughout the world, whatever we have environments, it will support. And next thing is fast. So booting, if you start the servers also, booting time is very fast. It will not take much time. Like WebLogic, it will take little more time. Internally, it will load many modules, but here we don't have much. So it will boot time also, it's very less time. And simplified configuration folders. If you see folders also, after installation, if you see the folders, you can understand very easily, very less folders, what configuration where exactly existed, you can come to know easily. And lightweight, it's very lightweight server, nothing much inside server technologies. And modular, from EAP onwards they included a modular concept. If you want to connect outside third-party technologies to EAP, you have to modules we need to include. That modularity they included in this. And domains, we have domain concept here. Why domain concept? Centralized location I want for maintaining the servers. For centralization, a single location I want for that domain. So earlier, if you see the Tomcat and all, there is no centralized location. There is no management console for maintaining the servers. So like in WebLogic and WebSphere, if you see, we can admin console, we can log in and we can see all the servers list there. Like that way, we don't have anything in Tomcat and JBoss. From EAP versions onwards, they included. But earlier versions, if you see, JMX consoles, for namesake, they tried to implement that one, but that is no one used because JMX is completely complex thing. Whoever knows Java technologies, for them only it is familiar. If you come to WebLogic and WebSphere, if you log into admin console, anyone can understand consoles. Earlier that also applet, now WebLogic console, portal, now portal. So like that way, these guys having earlier JMX console, now it is management, JMX console, now it is management console. So new management tools, many management tools they have included in this EAP version. If you come in later classes, you guys come to know. Standalone mode and domain mode. Main EAP version, main thing is standalone mode and EAP domain version. Earlier we have, if you download the Tomcat software, you will get only server. Each software having one server. If you want to use multiple servers, you have to copy paste the same folder multiple times and you have to start the servers. So one JBoss server having one server, one JBoss having one server. That means one product having one server. You cannot create multiple servers. So if you see here, they included standalone mode and domain mode. Standalone mode, if you see, standalone mode is like a legacy environment, whatever we have earlier, that environment. With that environment, they included one more domain mode. So if you want to use, you can use standalone mode. If you want to go for, no need to go for earlier versions. No need to download earlier versions. So single server only you want. For developer, how many servers he will use? He will test the application, whether it is deployed properly or not. He will not test the clustering, all these things. So for him, one server is enough. So for development and testing people, standalone mode is enough. They will use standalone mode. And domain mode, if you want to use in some high level clustering, JMS, data source, all these things you want to test, domain mode, multiple servers you want to test, you can use domain mode. So those are the things. Domain mode is multiple hosts we can manage at single location. That is called management control. And we have many things here in domain mode. It is like it is unlike in WebLogic. So we have host controllers, and we have domain controllers, and we have host, server. All these technical terms will come later. I will show you a diagram. And heart of this domain mode is domain.xml and host.xml. And if you go for standalone mode, standalone.xml. All the configuration changes you can do domain.xml and host.xml. Domain related information you can change in domain.xml, and particular server information you want to change host.xml. Same. So standalone mode and domain mode almost same, not almost, completely same. Because only thing is there is no centralized management console here. Here we don't have centralized management console in standalone mode. But we have in the domain mode, we have centralized management console. By using that console, we can monitor the servers. Like admin console, I will open and I can see all the domain. In the domain, whatever servers I have in the management in WebLogic, like that way we have here also. So main difference is there is no management console. Standalone mode also it will support all the technologies, all the functionalities, whatever it will support, clustering, high availability, failover, JMS technologies. It will support. It will capable for all the things, all the tasks.
So the domain is same like us.
Yes, exactly. So if you see the diagram, standalone mode, only one server, one software for one server. If you unzip the JBoss software, you will get one software, one installer. With that, you can install one software, one server you can install. If you see domain mode, in the domain mode, we have host domain. Host controller. 3 host controllers we have. We will treat it host controller, treat it as a domain controller. One of the host controller treat it as a domain controller, because we will make that guy as a leader. The rest of the guys slaves. Like master that guy, these guys are slaves. These guys has to report to domain controller. So this guy also host controller only, but we will make that guy as domain controller. Everyone has to report to domain controller. Domain controller also can keep the servers. In the diagram, I'm not showing anything, but host controller in the right side you see host controllers, two servers they have. So in the domain controller, we have management console. Whatever we are talking about domain console, domain mode. So we have management console over the domain controller. So where there we can log in and we can see the host controllers and inside host servers. In this, actually, whenever you are creating any server in the host controllers, that should not be ideal or orphan. So those servers should be part of some group. If you see in the diagram, None of the servers belongs to ideal. So each server belongs to some group. One and 2 belongs to main server group. 3 and 4 belongs to other server group. Like that way. And coming to JVMs, domain controller having 3 JVMs. One is process controller, and second one is host controller, and one is server. Wherever management console, wherever domain control will exist, there 3 JVMs will be there. One is process controller and host controller. These two process control, one is process controller and another one is host controller. These two controllers having 2 JVMs and one is server, normal server. Total 3 JVMs at master. And coming to servers, each server, host controller having 1 JVM and each server having 1 JVM. So total in that box we have 3 JVMs. And coming to same structure in the other server group also. There also we have 3 JVMs. So total altogether we have 9 JVMs in this architecture. If you include more servers, 1 server, 1 JVM. If you include 3 servers, that means 3 JVMs. So like this way. So all the servers, all the host controllers will report it to domain controller, and host controller, if you see the host controller, that host controller is mainly responsible for whether these servers, whatever servers holding in host controller, server 1 and server 2, those 2 servers are created. Host controller mainly to ensure whether these 2 servers are created as per the policy of domain controller or not. Okay? Getting? See, mainly host controller responsible for, it will ensure whether whatever servers that host controller holding, server 1 and server 2, that is mainly it will check whether those 2 servers are created as per the domain policies or not. Mainly it will ensure whether these 2 servers are created as per domain policies or not. Whatever domain passes the configuration changes or anything, it should adapt. Server should adapt. Consistency will maintain in the group. Why we will make the group consistency, failover, all these things. Those things it should see. Domain should control the servers. Someone, okay, domain has to control the servers. So for that, if I want to maintain, you guys, first you guys follow my rules, my responsibility, my policies, whatever I will follow the norms that you guys follow, then only you can under me. Like that, domain has to control the host controllers and servers. That means these servers, whatever you are going to create and whatever you are going to group the servers and whatever you are going to maintain the tasks or whatever you are going to do in through management console, that should first, it will follow the domain controller's policies. Domain control will pass the policies to host controller. It will ensure, host controller will ensure, yeah, this is correct actually. Domain, whatever domain control passes the policies and we follow. These 2 guys following. It will ensure. Whether it is not following, it will not support. Then we cannot monitor through management console. Got it? So like that way, total we have 9 JVMs in this architecture. And I'm talking about process controller, host controller, and server. We have at master, we have 3 controllers, 3 processes running. One is process controller and host controller and server.
Where are 9 JVMs? 6.
No, internally, actually internally, we have in master side one server also is there. We have internally. So that master will do, see, we so far we know whatever we are seeing in the diagram, that is.
If you want, you can move the cursor also. If you want to show.
Yeah. See, this is a master. In this master, we have 3 JVM process always running. 3 JVM process. One is process controller, and second one is host controller, and third one is Sorry. One is process controller, one is domain controller, because host controller is nothing but domain controller. So one is process controller, one is process controller, and second one is domain controller, and other one is server will be there, because this also runs under one server only, right? So total 3 JVMs we have here. Like that way, domain having 2 JVMs. When you come to host controller, we have only 1 JVM here. Host controller will runs under only 1 JVM, and server have 1 JVM. Server 2 have 1 JVM. Total 3 JVMs. Here one extra is there. So total here 3. Got it? Total 9 JVMs.
We have
Host and process and server.
But it will not. This will under this one only. Under master only. This process controls. So like that way we have total 9.
particular Linux machine is having process controller, domain controller, host controller.
Host controller.
And with
No.
one JVM.
Process controller, domain controller, and one server instance.
One server instance.
One server instance. Because those, see, this is
host controller acting as a domain controller.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
no need of host controller. So domain control is a one.
because I will show you this one also. First ping for what? Okay.
I guess I can show.
Okay. For that, I thought you were sharing the screen too.
No, also you can ping where the US set mode.
Hey, only 10 minutes only we have.
Okay, then leave it. Leave her. We carry on.
So, see, master is nothing but one server only, because I made this server as master, because before that this is also one server, this is also one server, this is also one server. I will show you the configuration file. There you can see small configuration you want to do. That with that configuration you will make it as a master. So each master, whatever it's becoming a master, that master having process controller, host controller, and one server. So 3 JVMs will run here. So here host controller will have 1 JVM, server have 1 JVM, the server 2 have 1 JVM. Like this you have same diagram. So 9, here 3, here 3. So mainly process controller main task is full life cycle of the servers. How the configuration will changes, how the configuration will pass to the server, how the servers are, whether it's maintaining consistency or not. All these changes will take care by process controller. Domain controller, why domain? Because of management console. I made domain because of management console. For management console activities, I will use domain controller. Okay, this process is for backend console. Okay, got it? So, okay.
Who among these two, process controller or domain controller, can be treated as admin server with respect to who we can call as an admin server? Who is acting as an admin server?
Here we don't have anything kind of admin or server kind of.
No, because we said in domain mode we have console, right? And life cycle management even admin server does.
Yes.
And configuration that admin server passes to other servers. So similarly,
which one will take care?
who will take care of those activities here? It is task of only one person or both the persons?
Both the persons. Because both the two together. So process controller main purpose is process controller.
Only life cycle.
Whatever configuration changes, it will take process controller. Configuration full life cycle in the sense, see whatever changes happening throughout the servers. Throughout the servers, whatever changes happening or whatever configuration I need to pass to them. Whether recently created server, whether these guys are following my policies or not, whether domain policies they are following or not. So while creating the server, so my policy, first I will tell you one policy. While creating the server, we need to make it as a group. It should part of a group while creating server itself. If you compare with WebLogic machine concept, without machine node manager, we cannot run right servers. So if you can compare because it's completely different here.
Okay, no problem. Maybe
It's kind of awareness, same kind of it will give.
Okay.
So whether these guys are whatever recently created server belongs to some group or not. First it will check whether it is not part of group, it will not take it. I will not monitor you. I will monitor whatever
Are part of
the group, whatever my policies are following, whoever following my policies, those guys only I will monitor. Those guys only I will make.
So mainly it is an orthodox family.
Yes.
If I have decided this, everybody has to follow.
Hello. So my work is to consistent the people, to consistent this one. So for that only I came here. So like that way domain you are telling. If you guys are doing individual yourself, what is the use of like that way. So it will check all these things. And the second thing is that is briefly about standalone and domain mode. And next, if you go to host and server concept, actually it's nothing but actually here I wanted to explain about these things only. Host controller and server. These two things I wanted to explain. That for that only I made separate this one. So host is managed by host controller. That you can see here, host controller. And this host controller contains more on servers.
One or more. There is a difference between
one or more servers.
One cannot exist, right?
Hey, no. One can exist.
It has to be it should be a part of a group.
No, I will tell you. I told more than actually we should not create the server as a orphan.
Okay.
It should be part of some group.
But it can exist.
It can exist single also. Some groups because machine I will create in the WebLogic. There is no rules for machine. I will create machine. I will become a part of one machine. I will assign to one machine.
Okay.
I can run without other than more than two also. Same concept here also, like this only. So we can create the server and we can part of some group, whatever group. See, we have here main theme is dev group, prod group, QA group. Like this, we can make it as a groups, and in that group, one particular group, only I can deploy the application. This domain concept itself, it is like logically group.
Domain in WebLogic.
No. Group in the sense like manage machine kind of thing.
Group of same configuration.
No.
Here group is in one single Linux machine. How many servers you are adding to the host controller?
Yes, exactly.
It is like that.
It is like that. It is not domain. Domain means see you are including servers in the group. That means you are saying domain. But what about domain and the rest of the servers? See, I can make it as a one group. That group belongs to one server also no problem. If that group contains one server also no problem. Single server. That's what I'm telling. We can compare with the machine concept in WebLogic. Okay. Next, coming to host versus server. Host is nothing but a host controller, and server. That host contains more than one server. And in earlier versions we have EAP single server. That means if you go for Tomcat, in the Tomcat, if you want to create more than one server, you have to unzip more than one softwares. More than one softwares you have to unzip. Like that way, one instance per one EAP. Like that. Earlier versions like that. So you can create like this also here. EAP6 single host can run multiple EAP server instance. So that means more than one server also you can run. Multiple servers you can run in EAP6. That means this host controller can hold multiple servers in single group.
So before that, it has only one host controller.
There is no concept of this one actually. He is trying to he wanted to explain here is host and server. I'm not explaining this domain diagram now. Completely away from the domain diagram, and I wanted to explain just host and versus server. Host contains multiple servers. Server is nothing but server. Server itself server. Host means here physical host kind of thing, physical machine. But here we can treat it as physical service or machine, logical machine or physical machine. Like we treat it as a host only, right? So, but what I'm trying to say here is host can handle multiple servers, whether it is logical or physical, doesn't matter. Host
So by
contains
a server, you want to say JBoss instance, right?
JBoss instance. Server means
Correct. How
correct.
it will manage server there? Similar to
Similarly, here server. So here actually, I can use the terminologies like node. Here there is no manage server or admin server. Here node, one server is nothing but node or instance or EAP instance or server. Here there is no management server or admin server. Because
host is always the physical host.
Physical or logical we can take, because here if you see the domain diagram, that is logical. In the domain diagram, if you see host controller, that means host only.
One machine is having one host controller and which is having multiple
Host controller will be displayed. Host controller will be a process running on a physical host.
Physical host.
So host is always physical, right?
Host is
Host
physical.
controller
Correct.
is a
Physical.
process, so you can call it as a logical.
Correct. Exactly. Okay, that is that's okay. Next, so JBoss EAP installation, we can 5 ways we can do.
This is for only EAP, not for AS. AS or
So I'm talking about JBoss, yeah. EAP. Okay, JBoss EAP and as well as AS both, not for EAP only, because zip. If you download the zip,
if it is AS, then it will give AS. Zip code will be AS. Then
see whatever. Forget about installers. If you get the zip file, you have to unzip. If you get the RPM file, you have to RPM -IVH like that you have to do. And if you get the jar file, you should first make sure the Java is installed or not, and then run the Java-jar command. So like that way, I'm trying to say here is because AS, after AS only EAP came. AS is nothing but almost AS and EAP same only. AS, Red Hat will not give the support. EAP, Red Hat will give the support. Right?
There is no difference between the product.
Correct. The way of getting support is different from the Red Hat. So whatever you will get.
Features will be different, right? For AS and EAP, some features will be hidden, right?
Features, no. Product same only. Whatever you're saying, product same only. If you see, if you unzip the, I have two AS and both installers I have. I will show you this one. But the kind of support you are getting from the Red Hat is completely different. Means because they will not give the support directly. Yes, they will not give. So in the community, whatever you have, like Tomcat, whatever you have errors, whatever you are getting. Yes. If you want to download, if you want to personal PC, you want to do some experiments and all.
I'll
Go for yes. EAP also you can get, but for that you have to.
again, there won't be support.
We need to get the credentials. I tried actually, but I did not get access. I tried access.redhat.com. I got through some guy. Some other guy. I got the EAP version. So, but I think we can download. I think EAP also. But EAP mainly they will prefer in the companies. Companies prefer EAP. So individual in the PCs, personal PCs and all, yes, you can go for, because whatever. See, you don't want support, right? Red Hat support. Just you wanted to see product. So then yes that one. You can straight away yes you can download. But EAP not like that. EAP not like that. I tried actually. From last week I tried. No. Like see, if you want to download the WebLogic product, first we need to Red Hat credentials we need to be right. So like that way, Red Hat also.
That is nothing but licensing. You have a subscribe associated with your ID, so you are able to
download for that. So like that way, EAP have these many conditions. For AS, we don't have anything kind of like that. So we can download straight away. So if you go for their site, you will get these many installers: zip, RPM, GUI, and console installation and automatic installation. So
what is automatic installation?
First I will from starting, because automatic is depend upon the previous 4 types.
Automatic is similar to your Response file.
Response file, but response file you will get because first at least one time you have to install. I will tell you that one. First zip we have, right? So if you unzip straight away, components will come. How Tomcat we have seen few days back, same like that only. Unzip we will get a product, whatever folders. After unzipping you can see the folders. Next RPM, yum group install, like that you can RPM also you can download install. GUI installation. Before installing that, you can make sure whether Java, proper Java and supported Java, and means proper 1.7 for this many, 1.6 for these versions only to support, like that. We have agreement that licensing is you need to see. So this will support 1.7 also. Before installing, you need to make sure that one. And after that, console installation. That means just -console you have to give. Then you will not get any icons. Through command line only you can install everything, whatever you are doing over there. Console, that means what you icons means screens will come, right? So those things you can see in the command line in console installation. After GUI installation, whether you can take GUI or console, after that one response file will generate. Okay, I need to save that. That will contains the installation summary.
Okay.
That file contains. So by using that I can install. So that file I need to save as a .xml file. That .xml I will pass here. Automatic installation I will pass here. So again it will proceed for the command line only.
Saving those things as script, like
it will ask, no, it will generate a
script format. So you can run it every time.
Like that only.
So anyone we can use.
Huh? No, anything. But if you go for one small difference in extracting zip file, one folder you will not get, that is icons folder, because you are unzipping, no need of icons. When you go for GUI installation, you need icons. GUI will come now. So those icons will keep in some folder. That folder you will not get while unzipping because no need. That is the main difference. So before deploying, after deploying, while deploying, what we need to make sure: start the GUI installation, and after that complete and verify the installation whether all the folders. Verify the installation means whether started or not. Now verify the installation means whether all the folders
Properly
existed installed. The RPM, if you do RPM, it will get failed somewhere. Proper while installation only some problem will come. Verify the installation. That means not started anything. Okay. Next, viewing the EAP folders after unzip or RPM or jar anything, you can see the folders. And after unzipping, you can start the standalone mode. After starting, you verify whether running or not. Okay.
Why is that start the EAP in standalone?
Because with one server.
Just forget about standalone. Just I wanted to start the server after installation. Just I wanted to start. I'm not explaining any domain concepts or clustering concepts here. Just I wanted to start the server. After starting the server, whether it is EAP is running or not, just I wanted to make sure. Okay. EAP management options. So after installation, we can check the proper server installed properly or not, the server installed properly or not. We can check through console, management console, or CLI, or XML configuration files. So last one, XML configuration, it's better to check from these two only, management console or CLI mode, because earlier versions also like this only. Red Hat strongly recommends that don't go for XML. Small changes also you cannot identify, and you will get an error. That error you cannot identify. There's something else will you are wasting the time there only. If you corrupted from my side, no support also, like that it will say. So like that. So better management control CLI. Among these also, CLI is very better, very fast also. Few options you will not get from management console also here. Still it is going on next EAP they will release. But through command line you can do whatever you wanted to do. See, this is a directory structure after unzip. So this is actually old version. I will show you EAP how it will be. So, but yeah, where is cursor? Okay. So this is EAP. See, these are the main folders actually. These are the main folders. Along with these folder, along with this line, you will get something else also. License, that installation summary, and after installation. After unzip the product. No. You first you have to go to Red Hat site. You have to corresponding file, binary file you have to download. Then after unzip or RPM, whatever file installer you are downloading, that you have to install. After the installation, you will get the folder. For example, you take unzip only. After unzip, you will get all these folders: bin folder, docs folder, domain folder, modules folder, and standalone folder. After unzipping, you will get directly. So how Tomcat installation? Same, exactly same.
Okay, so we don't want to install anything. Just unzipping, it will read all the software.
All the that is installation only.
What is it? Java?
That is a different way of you see. Installation types I have shown here. Here I shown installation types actually. These are the installation types. Unzipping also. See, once upon a time, this is Tomcat also. These two guys are using same engine. After that, I need to go a little forward. So then started EAP install, EAP included in this. But still that one is not included. There is no domain concept there. Here we have domain concept like in WebLogic and WebSphere. Okay, these are the types of installations. What kind of installer you are getting? RPM, GUI, jar file, or zip. Majorly we have zip, jar, and RPM. These three. So by using jar we can console.
Where will be that standalone.xml or domain.xml file no? In the directory structure?
I will show you. So after unzipping, you can see domain and standalone mode. Okay. In the domain, you will get configuration, content, library. But now they renamed content as renamed with data. Now data folder you can
The
see.
XML file will be inside configuration file.
Inside configuration file. So XML file. So domain configuration file what contains domain.xml
XML.
and yes,
Host
exactly.
XML. Domain host.xml.
Host.xml and see see this library itself they removed in the new EAP. EAP6 that is old actually. This is old directory. So 7.0.0 EAP6 7.1.2 because from AS7 only EAP6 came. I showed in the first slide. AS6 AS7 after that EAP6 by combining whatever AS6 and whatever issues or something they found they rectified in the AS7 and they will finally make it as a EAP6. Finally they made EAP6 because AS6 AS7 after that EAP6 came. So AS7 also we have 0, 1, 2. If you see here in this slide, see AS0 sorry 70, 701, 70, 701, 702. After that 71 also came. It's actually it's not there here. Like that, okay. So after unzipping we have this many. So in this actually small changes happen. So library completely ignored in the EAP6. Lib is there, but we will not use lib because we have already modules and everything is there. Modularity now. Main functionality is modularity because based on that only it will work now. So completely lib is there, but now they will not use lib. Lib nowhere people actually lib is mandatory for every installer. Libraries jar files will take from there only. But here jar files will be in the modules. So there only it will pick. So library it is for namesake whatever earlier version it is coming like that only. So we will see next. See this one. See I told you JBoss 7.1x. So this is 7.1x. So bin folder contains major files I'm showing. I will open, I will install, and I will show you the remaining files also. So standalone that contains the JVM parameters server, that server level. If you are using standalone server, that JVM parameters, everything, that server information in standalone.conf file. And standalone.h is the installer, domain.sh, and the JVM JBoss admin.sh, but this is not there. I will show you in the new one. And bundles, this is inside one only. Some icons it will be there. And modules, this is the main. And the next thing is standalone. So after start the server, you will get this one, logs and data. Before starting the server, if you open the standalone configuration, standalone means server profile. This is server profile. If you open particular server, you will get these many. Okay. This is a domain. Domain, like how it will be in there, like this. If you observe one thing, we have only one server in standalone. Here we have in servers folder, we have server 1, server 2. Okay. If you see WebLogic, if you remember WebLogic, inside servers folder, we have manage 1, 2, admin manage 1, 2, like this. So here also we have server profile like this. So in the inside server profile, we have server 1, 2, and inside server 1 profile, we have logs, data, like this. So if you see old one, just configuration, deployment, logs, data. So this is installation and all those things. Directory structure. So this is we have discussed JBoss introduction, community version. What is community? What is enterprise? What is EAP? What's new in JBoss EAP? And EAP contains what majorly? If you compare to legacy environment, majorly domain they included. And what is host here? What is server? How many types of JBoss installations? JBoss directory structure. After that, how to start the server and stop the server. Okay. So I think time over.
How to start and stop using it?
But time already.
How can I say when it is not installed?
Today's roadmap.
Stop.
Okay, I will show you start and stop also. Tell me. Okay. Okay. Here.
Can you give me the EAP?
See JBoss AS file, JBoss EAP file. Okay. This is AS zip file. This is jar file. Okay. So which one you will install?
EAP.
You told me you won't be able to download. How you got it?
I told one more thing also. Somehow I got from someone.
He said, and you are recording it.
Yeah, that is what I came to say at that time.